So what's the big advantage that PC players have over console gamers? They've got a mouse and keyboard. And what I mean by that is with the mouse and keyboard, they have almost a limitless number of keys and buttons that they can use in their gaming. Console players are limited to only their 2 sticks and just a number of face buttons and triggers. So how do we even this out? Well, we get back buttons. Back buttons or paddles, as commonly referred to, allow you to use your ring and middle fingers to press buttons that you would normally use with your thumb. So what's the big deal here? This allows you to, the whole goal is keep your thumbs on the sticks instead of having to bring them off to press buttons like X to jump. So instead of pressing X, we're just going to use our ring and middle fingers. So let's see it in action. So typically, you want to jump, you press X, right? Well, if you are running by a bad guy and you jump, you're just jumping straight. You got to stop for a hot second before you can turn, right? He's on your right, you jump, oh, then you can turn. Jump, then you turn. Like you can't make you can't make a smooth motion here, right? So if you move that button down to the bottom where you can use your ring and middle finger, now it's a smooth. See if I can make this, you're smooth jumping. Smooth. We're not ever breaking here. So you can jump over a barrier while trying to aim at your opponent. You can jump while trying to pick up something. A big thing in Apex is the slide jump. You slide and jump. So you can run out in the open, slide and jump. All while trying to aim at your opponent. What's this do for you? Well, A, it gives you better accuracy. B, it makes you harder to hit. You're sliding, you're jumping, you're a smaller target for him. Like so. Imagine this guy's around a corner or behind a door. You come through, jump, boom, shield crack, and he's like, what just happened? So that's the big thing. Now, how do we do that? On this controller here, this is an aim controller. I have these nifty little paddles on the bottom. So as you can see, this one here, I have remapped to the circle. Yeah, circle. So by pressing this, you can see I'm kneeling and standing. Kneeling and standing. And this button here, hope you can see there's 2 buttons here, which is my ring finger now. That's jump. So then what this allows me to do then, as I'm going through here, is just, I just got to roll these 2 fingers, essentially, to do the slide jump. And get this good here for you. It's hard to focus on the camera and on the screen here. Alright, so slide jump. Slide jump. Slide jump. So that's all there is to it. Now the nice thing is you get something like a product like this and you can remap these to any button. So obviously crouch, jump, and on the other side, this right here, this is going to be my reload or pickup, open doors, that one, and then here, that's our switch weapon. So I don't ever have, unless I want to throw a nade in Apex, I don't ever have to come off the sticks to do anything. Now, is this going to make you a better player? If you can't put the dot on somebody else's dome, it's not going to help you shoot people better. If you can't aim, you can't aim, right? But it is going to even out the playing field, especially like in games that are truly cross-platform. Fortnite, Modern Warfare. You're at a huge disadvantage when you're going up against PC players. Because they have all the buttons in the world to be able to do that, to make it comfortable for them. PlayStation guys, you're at the most disadvantage. Why? Because PlayStation's the only company that doesn't offer back buttons. Xbox has back buttons. What are we looking at here? This is the Xbox One Elite controller. This is made by Xbox, fully supported 100%. What does it have on the bottom here, you might ask? Paddles, buttons. This gives Xbox users an edge over PlayStation users. How do we even this out? Well, we can do this a number of ways. Obviously, we can go to the route I did. You can go to a company, it's a third-party company, mind you. Go to a third-party company, such as AIM controllers. And we'll have links down below. You know, some other ones, Scuff, Battle Beaver, I believe. You can go to sites like that. The issue there, those puppies are pricey. PlayStation users have a couple of cheaper options. Here's the one that's out in the marketplace right now. This is the Collective Minds Strike Pack FPS Dominator. As you can see up here, I actually purchased this. I used it for a long time. This was my intro into back buttons. $37. It's a lot cheaper than what you're going to pay on any other aftermarket controller site for back buttons. All right, so what's this give you? You get this pack here. Mounts on the bottom of your PlayStation controller. Like so. So it gives you just 2 buttons. 2 buttons right off the bat. I think that's pretty good. This was my intro into the world of back buttons and paddles. As you can see, I did purchase it from Amazon in 2018. You get 2 paddles with this, one on either side. I believe when I first got this, I think I used it primarily for jump. Like, I literally was like, well, let's just get a hold of this, a hang of it. Let's use jump for right now. Let's get that down, because that's the one thing that translates into every shooter is the ability to jump and shoot. So this is the FPS Dominator. It's $37 currently. It's a lot more cost effective than if you just go all in and buy a new controller, because those will easily run you double the price of a standard controller. So this is the Dominator. It clips onto the bottom of your controller like so. You get a button on either side, and those are truly remappable. So you just hold down on the Dominator when it's in pairing mode, press the button you want to map it to, and press the paddle. You're good to go. Downsides of this is that when you're using it, it has to be wired. It comes with a longer wire, which is nice, but you have to be wired or else it's not going to work. So that's a big downside for a lot of people. I did notice when I used it, sometimes, and I'm talking like once a month maybe, the buttons would become unmapped. And then 30 seconds later, I have them remapped. So that wasn't a big issue. The input was just as fast as you would expect. I mean, the input was flawless. So I highly recommend that. Now, some exciting news if you don't want to go that way. Finally, PlayStation's offering back buttons. This is another attachment that will go onto the bottom of your controller. Still gives you 2 buttons. It's completely remappable to any button on there. And the nice thing is it's supported by PlayStation. Like I said, this isn't out yet. This is a pre-order. It looks like it is, like you can play wireless with it. So right there, it's got a leg up on the FPS Dominator. It is supported by PlayStation, so if you have any issues with it, they should support it. Now, again, I really didn't have any issues with the Dominator. Just saying. So this is coming out late January 2020. And right now, all the pre-orders are coming in right around $30. So it's even going to be cheaper than the Dominator, which is crazy. Now, one thing I didn't talk about with the Dominator is that it does come with mods. Now, I never used the mods part. I bought it purely to be able to remap my buttons. So I never even messed with the mods. I can't comment on them. If you want to use mods, good for you. Why might some people not want to use this? I mean, you'll have some people that say, jump and not take my thumb off the stick. Maybe I'll just use a different controller layout so that jump is like a right bumper or something. Yeah, you could do that. I still don't think it's ideal. You're still going to have buttons that you can't, you're still going to have buttons on the face of it that you're going to need to press at some point, and you're going to have to come off the stick to do that. Now, you have some people that want to play claw. What's claw? For those that don't know, so here's your controller. Claw is when you take your finger here and put it up like that. You can see I'm not even doing it very well because it's not comfortable. Like you know, and then you use your middle finger on the triggers, or maybe even middle and ring. Clearly I don't play claw, but I mean, if you don't play claw, there's no way this is comfortable. Why you want to, you know, hold your hand like this all day? I don't know. Now there's pros that play claw. You know, good for them. You do you, man. But it's not for me. And I think we're seeing now finally the back buttons are the way of the future. Clearly, we saw that Xbox is already supporting them on their own Xbox Elite controller. And if we look at the current designs for the PS5 controller, if this is accurate, mind you, on here you can see these two spots here on a controller. People are saying these are back buttons. I don't know how ergonomic those look. I guess they might be okay. If this is the standard controller in a PS5, that's a huge step forward in leveling the playing field right out of the box. At this point, I'm going to roll in a couple clips of actual live gameplay. You know, I hope for you will demonstrate utilizing the back buttons in an actual game.
58.
Broken. Broken.
Another enemy downed.
Get out of here.
Oh, just push him. Yep, Weasel. You got him.
Oh, I'm so close to dead.
Oh, how did he get that guy back in time?
Get out of here.
Weasel!
Get out of
Let's
here.
go, baby! Look
Can't
at the
even.
goal!
We can run around all day here. I mean, you can see right there. I mean, how quick you're boom. You know, and then I miss. Like I said, doing this is not gonna. It's not gonna help your aim. I mean, if somebody's a better shot than you, they're gonna be a better shot than you. But this is gonna help, you know, against the PC players. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope I covered everything in this video. If you have any comments or questions, leave them on down below. I'll make sure to answer them. Take care. And just for the record, the holdover for these targets out here is right there.